Good morning to day four of the pool build. Welcome everybody. 851 subscribers today, up by 3. Get in. Could have lost a couple at the same time as well, so it could have been 4, 5 or 6. Surely I wouldn't lose subscribers with a beautiful voice like this. Anyway, thanks for the comments last night. Trevor, appreciated. Good to see A&J yesterday, as I said on the last video. Yeah, some good correspondence yesterday, so I appreciate that. Any help and that you can give, the better. Obviously, Trevor, you said you're going to send over some pictures of your begonia. I'd love to see it. Give me some ideas. Budget-wise, at the moment, we're not really in a position to go with the begonia, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind talking to our aluminium man that did the gates to see whether he could do one in aluminium. That would, again, like I said in my last video, Monday, light. Good for the sea, obviously, with a high salt content here. And he also could get it sprayed in a booth, white, so it would look quite nice. So I'm not too sure how expensive that will be, but long term it'll certainly be better from a maintenance point of view and the weight on the patio. So, but yeah, it'd be good to see what you did, Trevor, that's for sure. Today, we've got to finish filling the door frame over here, get that time to dry. Once that's dry, we can get it sanded down, get it painted properly, and then get the window in today. In England, we would normally put glass in with either a putty or rubbers. So I think what we're going to do is use like a silicone stroke cork mix. DAP do one called 230, so we'll do that in the dark grey. Glue around on the inside, push the window and let it stick. I don't know what's gone wrong, but the window seems to be not as wide as I needed it to be, so it just about covers on the left hand and right hand side. But it's meant to be sort of hanging over by about 10 mil either side, but I think we've got around about 4 or 5 mil, so I don't know where we've gone wrong there. But we have built a completely new frame, so maybe I've just done the frame a little bit longer than needs, but I did it to the hole, not to the glass, so I think that's where I've gone wrong. But anyway, it fits. It just means it's going to be hugging just about the left and the right hand side. Wind has just got up, clouds are coming over. I really do hope it holds off because our man is plastering the other side, so it's not looking too clever, and the wind has just got up as I started talking to you, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that means it's not going to start raining, because with the rain, obviously this gets battered, so fingers crossed he's going to be okay. Also, we've got to there's a nail just up there, I don't know if you can see it. There's a nail just in the wall there, so we're going to get up there and get that drilled out as well. You've got to drill them out, otherwise they snap off, and if we leave a nail in there that can rust, and eventually that will just land up having a big horrible mark coming down and it'll rot from the inside, so we've got to try and get that drilled out today. Yeah, for me really it's about the door frame again today, trying to get that sorted out, chasing up the plumber to see if he can come out and give me a time when he can fit the bathroom suite for us. I need to look at the cistern, because also the cistern itself I purchased, it's too thin, too tall. It means we're going to have to rebuild the whole frame. I might do the frame anyway, because the frame that we built seems to be a bit thick. Don't want it that thick, so maybe I'll rebuild the frame anyway and maybe just take the height up, and then we can use the one that we've already got. That'll certainly be easier than me ordering it and sending it from the UK. So likely to turn up completely special bits. On that note, I did get an email this morning from the shipping company in England chasing up the Bayesian people here saying, look, let's get this credit and reorder process. So thank you, Darren, for that. Fingers crossed we can get that moving, because it's going to take me at least 5 to 6 weeks to order and deliver. So I need to get the wheels in motion that sooner rather than later, because the one that's on there is functional, but every day I have to reset the slats because it's bent, it keeps moving and it jams and causes me all sorts of pain. And I'm okay, but obviously if it happens when my wife is here and I'm not here and it all crashes and comes off, then she's going to be all over the place. So I need to get that resolved. Obviously at some stage in the next couple of days we need to look at the cracks on the patio as well, whilst they're creating mess and mayhem in the pool, rightly so. It'd be a good idea for us to start looking at getting all these drilled out and filled as well. So I think that's one thing we need to do. Some of them are obviously going over the actual edge of the pool here as well. So this one here in the corner, for instance. So there's quite a few that are going to need to be done before we actually lay any of the plaster on. So I think we need to look at that certainly in the next couple of days. Need to get the product first. Need to make sure that we can grind them all out properly and then get them filled. So that's pretty much it today. Here comes the rain as always. So fingers crossed the rain's not going to land up holding us off, that's for sure. Here comes the rain, Sherwin. So you can tell because the wind suddenly comes up, so I don't know why that happens. But anyway, it's starting, so hopefully it will disappear. yeah, so anyway, I'll update you as I go. Before I go, obviously give me a thumbs up below. Any new subscribers, welcome. Any new subscribers that want to come along, please like and subscribe, that'd be great. Tick that bell button so you get notified when I want to come along and chat your ears off. And I'll update you as the day goes. So fingers crossed, day 4, rain to one side, goes well. So much for the rain not coming in. 20 minutes later, and that's how much has gone in the pool already. Put a tarp over what they've actually done, but not good. That's going to delay, obviously, the pool being plastered today, and I would have thought that what's been put in is going to have to come off. Because at the moment, obviously, the rain is coming at this angle, straight against the wall that they've just done. Yeah, not ideal. And it's very, very clear as well, and white, which normally means it's going to go on for a while. Anyway, I'll check in when I know more. So how are we getting on now that the rain has napped off? We're at 3 o'clock, 10 to 3. Before I start, give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscription to this beautiful little channel. Let's see if we can try and get the 851 from yesterday up to 860 if we can. That'd be awesome. The more people that connect and the more people that comment, the better it'll be. Okay, so day 4. We managed to salvage the wall, part of the wall here. Obviously the rain came down. Soaked the burger buns, as they say. But the guys managed to scrape off some of it and salvage some of it, so they managed to get that done. So at the moment, we're at a point where this has all been now scratched in, smoothed in all nice. Obviously it's drawn. This bit's obviously been applied, and then the steps are being done as well. I've got to give them time for them to draw as well. But within reason, everything else is pretty much on the money, which is good. So this is from yesterday, obviously. Nice, obviously, finish at the bottom. So yeah, it's looking good. Steps are quite important to make sure that they get right, obviously. The guys that did the original concrete pour did the sun shelf aiming backwards, which is a real pain in the backside. Now, it'll be underwater, so it's not a problem once it's done, but when you're laying on a surface, you want to feel like you're laying, not laying, you know? So it might feel like they're leaning backwards a little bit, which is a real pain in the backside. The steps, they're probably just the same as well, so hopefully it'll take some of the actual lean backwards-ish out of them. I mean, obviously we're going to be tiling them anyway, so we'll be able to play around with them afterwards, but the steps do look like they're leaning a little bit this way. It might need to worth getting a level on them, just to make sure that they stay straight. But yeah, it plays tricks on your eyes a little bit. But anyway, this will draw and he'll polish that out. Sherwin is over here trying to finish off the door frame. So at the moment we've got the more filler going in, another coat of paint on there as well, just tidying up in and around, and then the glass can be put in once that's actually sanded down. So this has landed up being a little bit more protruding at the top than the middle, mainly because the wood's bowed. It's level here and level here, but comes out in the middle. So we tried to clamp it in and glue it down, but it didn't work. So now I'm having to fill it and sand it. Probably would have been better off to plane it, in all fairness. Damn, didn't think about that. Anyway, that'll be done. That'll be for today. I'll check on with you a little bit later on if there's any change, but at the moment, getting those steps finished off on the side will be done. And then we're a step closer to getting the blue applied, which means I need to get out tomorrow and start looking at tiles. That'll be exciting.